Chapter 8 The Miraculous Entities in Man. The Evolution. In the cosmos, all creatures must follow the laws of descendant and ascendant transmutations to evolve. This applies to all creatures, from great to small things such as molecules, atoms, and microparticles of matters which contain supernatural power, such as a unit of electric, of sunlight, of light. Any matter of which the life's power increases or decreases rapidly can evolve or degrade quickly. To the matters that get supernatural and supernatural life's powers, their level of evolution is higher than those animating with natural life's powers. The longevity of the matters of natural life's powers is shorter than that of those of supernatural life's powers, which in its turn is briefer than that of the supernatural life's powers. Similarly, in man's body, the parts that get animated by lighter substances, electric and light, get a longer longevity than those vitalized by chi and blood. Since the mind gets animated by the light, it gets a longer longevity than the flesh body. The evolution in man's life starts from the outside to the inside, from the marvelousness of the natural world of the five natural sense organs to the sacredness of the supernatural world, to the miraculousness of the supernatural world deeply in the inner side, with the operation of the super sense organs and the sacred sense organ. From the visible parts of the flesh body, man's activities get to involve in the super-visible and invisible constituents such as the heart, the mind, hồn, vía, thân, and the soul. Each part has its own function. If one wants to evolve, he must know how to develop the capabilities of those functions. With eyes, ears, everyone can see and hear, but not all can become scientists or artists who know how to develop the capabilities of their senses functions to improve and evolve their intelligence mind, and as a result can enjoy the joy and pleasures of the sentimental, moral, and intellectual life. In much the same way, supervisible and invisible organs are the means to help man enter the spiritual life. He uses these functions to develop their capability with the purpose to live the delight of the spiritual life. Man's way of living becomes enriched with new activities of the supernatural and supernatural worlds. To evolve, the development must follow the sequential formation of organs. As such, man can enjoy gaiety and knowledge of the process. 1. The body engenders the heart, which then engenders the mind. 2. The body and the heart engender the mind. The flesh body feels sensations, but if one lives frequently with sensations, he makes neither progress nor evolution. A toddler starts to get his distinguished feelings and thoughts. The appearance of his heart and his mind leads the toddler to a way of living of more activities. The heart holds many kinds of feelings, but they are classified into two: easy, light feelings, which please the toddler, such as joyfulness and elation, animating in the upper part of the body trunk, and strong and uneasy feelings, which displease him, such as worry, anger, and fear, animating in the middle and lower parts of the body trunk. Out of love, his grandparents, parents, teachers, older brothers and sisters, etc., are morally responsible to instruct him how to enjoy easy and pleasant feelings in order to keep him from displeasing and strong feelings. When the changes of lives happen, for instance, from the material life to the sentimental, moral, intellectual life, or the spiritual life, There is the ascendance transmutation from the outer life to the inner one, and the corresponding powers change and evolve accordingly. Outer power changes into inner powers, refined power changes into superpower, then mystic power, and then cosmic energy. In other words, the inner powers are the transmuted powers coming from the outer one. The inner powers animate in latency in the outer power. Lighter and mightier powers energize inside heavier powers and influence them. Cosmic energy exists in mystic power, superpower, and refined power, and influences these three. Mystic power animates in superpower and refined power, and influences them. Superpower exists in refined power and stimulates it. It is the same to different types of body. Their physical structure is constituted from the outside to the inside in precise conformity with the process of evolution, and their operation involves from one sacred substance to many others. Flesh body, then to liquid body, sensations, liquid, chi, electric, and light. From liquid body to chi body with feelings, chi, electric, and light. From chi body to electric body with virtues, electric and light. From electric body to light body with Tao's characters, light. Conversely, when the light body is formed, it is framed in the other bodies and influences them. The light body is lodged in the electric body, chi body, and flesh body. The chi body exists in the liquid body and the flesh body. The liquid body is framed in the flesh body. Entering more deeply in the inside, powers increase and transmute into lighter ones with higher intensity. The moment the super mind operates and knows instantly the original cause of the cosmos, the light body operates with a sacred sense. When the supermind operates, it is able to communicate with supernatural phenomena through the super sense organs. This is called foreknowledge. At this time, the electric body operates in the supernatural world with the three super senses of seeing, hearing, and smelling. In summary, when powers move inwards, the transmutation of body occurs. Depending on the number of its constituent sacred substances, the body gets its specific capability to communicate with the corresponding world. In man's life, the evolution is not only to proceed from the outside to the inside, but also from the lower part to the upper part. The light and extremely light substances move throughout the body, but their intensity gathers in the upper part, head, brain. If one wants to lead the power to the upper part, he has to know the locations for descendants and ascendant transmutations. Man's body has two important openings. The lower opening leads man to the function of descendant transmutation, to the common world, to produce living beings and live in the natural world. If the lower opening operates, the upper opening must be closed, and there is no ascendant transmutation. The upper opening is a mystic one. It is located right on top of the head with the shape of a closed symmetrical curve. It has the function of ascendant transmutation, spreading mystic power and cosmic energy into the supernatural and supernatural worlds. If the upper opening operates, the lower one must be closed. The refined, super, and mystic powers and the cosmic energy cease scattering outward from the lower opening. These powers and energy gather in the brain and transmute ascendantly. The transmuted powers shake the mystic opening, then the energy radiates outward. The life. From the original life, many life's powers, light, electric, chi, liquid, are produced. and each life's power gets its own life. If all life's powers cease animating, their lives remain active, and they all gather in the source of the original life. The life's power and its life can be seen through this visual example: waves and water. Waves are the animating power of water. Through mighty and feeble waves, we perceive the life's power of water. If the waves cease moving, water becomes tranquil. It is not that the water is dead, the water is still alive. That means the real life of water appears. In the cosmos, when any substance moves, it is its life's power. When it stops moving, its life appears. In other words, in a static state, its life becomes evident. This is also the same to the heart and the mind. When feelings arouse, the life's power of the heart appears. When thoughts occur, they are the life's power of the mind. When feelings and thoughts cease animating, it is not the end of the heart and the mind, but the lives of the heart and the mind emerge in their static state. This is also the case for life's powers and the life in man's body. Man lives and animates outward, and one cannot be aware of the life in its life's powers. Each sacred substance, blood, chi, electric, light, gets its own distinct life's power and life. All of them constitute a common life's power and life, and it is hard to be aware of what one has. Take a look at a madman. He is not dead. That means his life's powers remain active. His chi and blood still animate, but his electric, heart, and light, mind, are in disorder. In this case, the life's powers of electric and light are disrupted in their circuits. Therefore, the life becomes abnormal. Regarding the mind, the observing mind, the remembering mind, the thinking mind, and the intelligence mind are in abnormal state. Therefore, their functions are disordered and lose their capabilities. If all life's powers cease moving, the life which remains active becomes evident. In man's life, the life of the flesh body is chi and blood, and the animation of the flesh body is sensations. If sensations cease, the life of the flesh body, chi, blood, appears. The life of the heart is electric, in which chi and light are in latent, but its animation is feelings. If feelings stop, the life of the heart, with electric in latency, animates. The life of the mind is light, yang and yin, and the animation of the mind is thoughts. If thoughts stop, and all of the mind's functions cease operating, the life of the mind appears. In these life's powers, the life is not different. Only life's powers differ because many life's powers are engendered from one original life. Each life's power has its own life, but in whatever life's power, the life always possesses the same substance, character, and character's energy. Therefore, when all life's powers cease moving, all those lives still remain and gather in the source of the original life. That those lives still remain means that their life's powers persist, but without movement. These life's powers are life as well, and vice versa. Both are one, but they differ only in terms of moving state and static state. If moving, all matters are different, but if static, all belong to one, because all get the same life. In man, the moment sensations, feelings, and thoughts cease animating, the lives of the body, the heart, and the mind appear. These three lives gather and mix together to become a unique life. In summary, all creatures in both great and small cosmoses get a unique life, and they differ from each other by their life's powers. In other words, A creature is constituted by many disparate substances. For that reason, they are not the same, but all are identical with a unique life. The very static state is the state of the life, in which all life's powers of all substances gather and mix into their absolute state, perpetual life, ever-being, and ever-transmuted power. That life's powers mix into their absolute state means that all descendants' transmuted powers must return to the origin of descendant transmutation. As an example, the power of the heart of a young baby is weak, for his feelings are not yet developed sufficiently. Oppositely, the power of the heart of an adult is mighty. Therefore, when his feelings stop agitating, the mighty life of the heart remains strong when it returns to the origin of descendant transmutations. If the life's power of the body, sensations, is strong, the life of chi and blood is mighty too. The life's power of the mind is thoughts. If the thinking function is powerful, the life of the light is mighty as well. Therefore, when the three lives of an adult return to the origin of descendant transmutations, they become extremely mighty. The powers and energy of all substances in man's body become a common power of the origin of descendant transmutation, the cosmic energy. When the three lives of man concentrate to become a unique life, it gathers in the brain, and all functions and capabilities of the body, the heart, and the mind become unique. This oneness includes all functions and capabilities of all bodies, which unite to become a unique sense organ, the sacred sense organ of the light body. Sacred sense organ is a place wherein all functions and capabilities of the 5 natural sense organs and the 3 super sense organs gather. In the wholeness of the sacred sense organ, its function is also its capability and understanding. Function is capability, which is also understanding. All functions of understanding, knowing, remembering, thinking, and creating gather to become one. Each capability and function does not operate alternately, but concurrently. They all animate in the static state, i.e., thinking is remembering, remembering is knowing, knowing is also understanding. If one wants to know, one immediately understands, knows, remembers, thinks, and creates. All happen at the same time. All that man possesses, the endless possession of in the living, life's powers and life, and all marvelous and miraculous matters that man gets, gather into this one. Also, the 3 natural, supernatural, and supernatural small worlds in man's body associate into this one. The substance, character, and character's energy are also one. This unique life, life of the oneness, includes all knowledge and understanding that belong to the 3 small and great worlds. It is called omniscience, all-knowing. All energy and powers of the 3 small worlds gather into this unique life. Thus, it is called omnipotence, the quality, capability to exert control over inner and outer powers. All genuine causes of the 3 small worlds gather into this unique life. Therefore, it is called all understanding. This is the omniscience, omnipotence, and all understanding of a small cosmos. A. The merging of the life of the cosmos and the life of man. The life's powers of man result from the animating and motioning cosmic substances. When the life's powers in man cease moving, the 2 cosmoses connect and merge through the light. The light is contained in many different substances. In static state, all circuits stop, the substances of the same nature connect, merge, and intercommunicate. Liquid merges with liquid, Qi connects with Qi, electric with electric, and light with light. Therefore, the lights that exist in all other powers gather to become a unique light. At this time, the light of the small cosmos is equal to the light of the great cosmos, thanks to their merge and intercommunication. The static state occurs in 4 cases: death, temporary suspension of life, sleep, natural suspension of consciousness, and rapture. But in the extremely static state in which all powers gather to become one unique light takes place only in rapture. In sleep, the state can be static. It is possible to stop only 1/3 of life's agitation, or to stop only 2/3 of the life's agitation. B. Moving state and static state in descendant transmutations and ascendant transmutations. In static state, all powers transmute ascendantly. In moving state, all powers transmute descendantly. 1. A substance goes through descendant transmutation by the motion of yang and yin, or by the combination of many substances. For example, the descendant transmutation of liquid in moving state. Wherever liquid, water, moves mightily, the living beings are more numerous than in other areas where water is in static state. It is the same on the ground. Wherever there is a combination of more substances, or only one substance in the combination of yang and yin, many creatures are engendered there, i.e., more creatures are produced in areas that have a stronger motion than in areas that have less motion. Similarly, in man, which environment causes more fluctuations to man's body, more sensations are engendered there. The descendantly transmuted power depends on the length of time and the intensity of the descendant transmutation. If the descendantly transmuted power is mighty, then in the very static state, the ascendant transmutation will happen faster and get extremely strong power. For example, if the heart's power is mighty, then when the heart becomes calm and quiet, the pure power of the genuinely voiced heart reaches a high level and gets extensive. It is the same to the mind. 2. In an extremely static state, the circuits of the sacred substances in the flesh body cease. Their life's powers mix together and unite to become one unique life. In other words, when sensations, feelings, thoughts, the observing mind, the remembering mind, and the thinking mind stop, the lives existing in them mix and unite to become one unique life, i.e., the lights animating in the 4 sacred substances mix together to become one unique light. When in motion, the powers spread outward as refined power. When they cease motioning, the refined power transmutes ascendantly into other powers right inside the flesh body. The refined power transmutes ascendantly into superpower, Qi electric, light, mystic power, electric, light, and cosmic energy, light. The ascendant transmutation, through which other powers are produced in the flesh body, results from a very static state of sensations, body, feelings, heart, and thoughts, mind. When sensations cease in sleep or in a control by the mind over the body, the refined power changes into superpower. When sensations and feelings stop in sleep, or when the supermind can control and conduct the body and the heart into a perfectly void state, the refined power transmutes ascendantly into mystic power. When sensations, feelings, and thoughts cease in sleep, in rapture, or when the supermind conducts the body, the heart, and the mind to a perfectly void state, the refined power transmutes ascendantly into cosmic energy. In a completely static state, when the light spreads out of each substance together and become one unique light, each sacred substance gives only its own pure power, but the function of knowing in the substance stops operating. In other words, when the light, spreads out from each substance, blood, qi, and electric, these substances still contain life's powers in a completely static state, but the knowing functioned by the light within them no longer exists. In the case of a person in rapture, the knowing and the understanding in those sacred substances gather to become one unique knowing and understanding. In the case of a person whose flesh body is dead, depending on his level of evolution, the light remains in latency in one of these body, which is Qi body, and heart and mind, or the heart and the mind, or only the mind. In a completely static state, the life emerges from the life's powers. This life is unique in all of the three worlds and exists in the whole cosmos. The life's powers of each substance can combine with each other, but cannot be merged thoroughly. For example, qi and liquid can combine with each other or detach from each other easily, but they cannot be merged thoroughly. On the contrary, the life, no matter in which substance or which world it exists, is one, unique. Whether existing in the natural world or supernatural world or supernatural world, the life is the same. 1. All species and creatures have an identical life, but their life's powers are different and distinct. Man breathes in the same air surrounding the earth, but each life's power is not the same. Miracles and miraculous organs. Miracles. A miracle is a reality of physical phenomena deriving from the original source of transmutation, the light. The light started the creation, therefore the physical phenomena are realized instantly. The light, the life, constitutes the phenomena by dispersing or gathering other sacred substances. In other words, the light disperses or gathers other life's powers. The life is invisible, and the miracles are related to the cosmic substance. The miracles of the life connect with the divine super mind, the divine character, the divine cause, the divine mechanism, and the divine energy, i.e., the miracles of the life are related to the substance, the character, and the character's energy of the cosmos. The physical formation of the light results from yang and yin, in which the cause exists. They are the motive energy of the divine cause and get descendant and ascendant transmutations in synchronization and miraculous function. In other words, the yang and the yin of the light persist and remain ever being. They get the miraculous function to transmute themselves in descendant and ascendant ways in synchronization according to the divine cause. The life is unchangeable and imperishable. It is the basis of all physical realizations. Realizations are different because of the difference in life's powers of the sacred substances. Their shapes and nature differ depending on the combination of many or few main elements and on the proportions of the elements. The miracles originate from the light. The miracles originating from the light transmute descendantly into electric, qi, and liquid, but their visible shapes and forms depend on the combination of many or few heavier substances produced by the soil. In other words, the life, the light, creates life's powers from mighty to weak ones, electric, qi, and liquid, while the visible shapes and forms are constituted by heavier substances. Miracles get various aspects due to the physical composition of the life with more or less life's powers and other heavier substances of the soil. Light and electric, or light, electric, and qi, or light, electric, qi, and liquid, or light, electric, qi, liquid, and soil. In the above-mentioned combinations, the heavier substances constitute the basic structure of shapes and forms, and other life's powers and life animate in latency in the shape or the form. For example, the combination of light, electric, qi, liquid, and soil has the shape of the soil as basis. Electric, qi, and liquid are life's powers, and light is the life. All those substances animate in the inner side of soil. If the combination is light, electric, qi, and liquid, the constituted shape is liquid, but electric and qi are life's powers, and the light is the life. The three substances animate in the shape of liquid. Man's body contains the same sacred substances of the cosmos, and man is capable to conduct or control these sacred substances to realize miracles. In other words, man is able to conduct the natural, supernatural, and supernatural powers to last his life longer or to realize marvelous deeds. Supermen, Buddhas, saints are just men who have evolved and know how to use, in their way of living, the supernatural and supernatural powers accumulated in their body. From the light, mental images are constituted, i.e., from the mind, supermind, supermind, all natural, supernatural, and supernatural powers animate accordingly. The superpower, the supermind, is able to conduct the light. The supermind is able to direct humans' electric power. The mind is able to conduct the lives of qi and liquid. The mind is able to conduct the powers of qi and liquid. Anyone who wants to last his life longer has to know the state, methods, and procedures. The light can convey electric. Electric can transmit qi. Qi can remove the obstruction of blood or can convey blood in their vessels. The light can cause human electric to move perfectly. Electric regulates qi's vessels, and qi is able to regulate blood circulation. If qi and blood move freely, man's body gets longer longevity. If human electric moves without obstruction, man's body gets supernatural longevity. If the light gathers to become one, man acquires perpetual life. If one knows all these structures and practice accordingly, miracles will be realized in accordance with the established laws of descendant and ascendant transmutations, effected by the genuine thoughts, the super thoughts, and the will of the super mind, resulting from the genuine mind, the supermind, and the super mind. If one wishes to consider oneself as qi, then qi can pass through water. At that moment, he can traverse water. At that moment, he can traverse water. But if he perceives himself as flesh body, he can never pass through water. Qi can pass through water, but that fact, water, in relation to qi, no longer has any shape, and thus water is no longer an obstacle or a resistance. Electric passes through qi. Through electric, liquid and qi no longer have any shape and resistance. Light can traverse electric. To light, other substances, liquid, qi, and electric, have no more shape and resistance. The intelligence mind, the understanding mind, the supermind, and the supermind are the light. It passes through all matters and things. Therefore, the mind, the supermind, and the supermind perceive no image. When the animating cosmic light of the supermind in man spreads outwards, all visible and supervisible images in the extent of the spreading light no longer have shapes and forms. In reality, they still persist, but only in relation to the 5 natural sense organs and the supersense organs. In the 2 cosmoses, miracles exist in the source of creation, the light. The light encloses all sacred substances and their circuits. The effect of the realization of miracles is the creatures. They exist thanks to the combination and formation of other substances, i.e., the life originates the life's powers. Vice versa, the life's powers animate in the life. As an example, the ocean encloses all of its creatures and animate in the ocean waters. And the creatures animate in the ocean waters. The life, the light, encloses all circuits of life's powers, electric, qi, and liquid, and smaller circuits move in greater circuits. Liquid circuit moves in qi circuit, qi's circuit moves in electric circuit, and thus the circuits of liquid and qi move in that of electric. The circuits of liquid, qi, and electric move in the light. The circuit of liquid moves around the earth and reaches vaporous clouds. The circuit of qi moves around the earth and in the atmosphere. The circuit of electric encloses all liquid and qi. It moves in and out of the atmosphere. The yang and the yin of the light enclose all other circuits. In man's body, the light of the mind, supermind, supermind, encloses all circuits of the 3 sacred substances, the electric, qi, and liquid, and gets the power to create miracles. The genuine mind can conduct and create miracles from natural powers. The supermind can conduct and create miracles from natural and supernatural powers. The supermind gets the quality to conduct and create miracles from natural, supernatural, and supernatural powers. All creatures are constituted from sacred substances, then become miraculous. They come from the creation of the light, therefore their sacredness is the essence of the substances that can transmute descendantly and ascendantly. Miracles are the endless change of sacred substances in a single combination of yang and yin of each sacred substance, or a combination of many functions of yang and yin of more than one substance. For example, a single combination of yang and yin of liquid, or of qi, or the complex combination of many sacred substances with more functions of the yang and the yin of many substances, such as the physical structure of man's body, performed by the Creator. So, it suffices to say that this is miraculous in creation and sacred in essence. Or, creating with one or many sacred substances is miraculous. One of the physical phenomena of miracles is the radiation of substances. The 4 sacred substances in man, namely liquid, qi, electric, and light, can radiate, i.e., send forth their energy, having yang and yin in them. When a substance animates and moves in its distinct circuits of yang and yin, it transmutes descendantly. When a substance animates involuntarily in an extremely static state, its yang and yin unite. It transmutes ascendantly and radiates. There are 2 types of radiation: involuntary, as in the state of the death of the flesh body, and voluntary, as in the state of rapture or spiritual ecstasy. Spiritual ecstasy is the effect of rapture. The mind enjoys utmost joy. When a person dies, red blood and dark fluid stop circulating. The two powers mix together due to the gathering of yang and yin. Then they transmute into qi. Depending on the level of evolution, qi spreads gradually or immediately out of the corpse, constituting the qi body. When liquid blood in the corpse has transmuted completely in ascendant way into qi, the corpse disintegrates. Rapture, the pause in the motion of the sacred substances. In rapture, the voluntary radiation takes place. In this state, the light concentrates onto the brain. When all functions of the mind stop completely, the yang and the yin of the light also cease operating. They unite and radiate. This is the voluntary radiation, resulting from the genuinely void state of the mind. The genuinely void state is a miraculous state without the elements of space and time. All physical phenomena stop being in existence. Only the cause of these phenomena exists. Consequently, the life powers of these phenomena become the life. The life is the original source of miracles. For example, the heart and the genuinely void state of the heart. Man's heart contains the state of feelings and memory. The state of feelings and memory are the physical phenomena having their own life powers and images, which are occasionally recalled by the mind. Through the recalls, their life powers animate again, and they persist. Also, they are related to the three elements of time: past, present, and future. All that are recalled belong to the past, but get their life powers in the present and direct towards the future. This shows that whatever that still has the elements of time, past, present, and future, is not yet the life, but life powers only. Take the example of the love between a man and a woman. This love still involves images, sensations, feelings, and thoughts. The intensity of love may increase or decrease, but the compassion resulting from the love animates persistently, although the object of love may no longer exist. Love may fade away, but the compassion continues to exist, for it has no elements of space and time. In any part that the genuinely void state exists, the power of that part realizes its miracle. In the genuinely void state of the heart, human electric reveals its original power, its whole power. Therefore, qi and blood are in good circulation, and human electric spreads out of the body. In the genuinely void state of the mind, the light reveals its original energy. Therefore, electric, qi, and blood are in the perfect condition, and the light radiates, spreading throughout and out of the body, thus destroying completely all kinds of microbes and pathogens in blood, qi, and human electric in the flesh body. The genuinely void state is a miraculous state, but the miracles of the genuinely void state are the favors of movement, genuine fortunes, genuine virtues, and genuine Tao. They are engendered in accordance with the genuinely void state of a certain part of the body through the intercommunication of that part with the movement. For example, 1. The genuinely void state of the body, genuine body. The moment the spiritual life takes effect, the body is not influenced by thoughts and feelings. Thus, it has no sensation. At that time, blood and qi within the body interrelate and correspond with the descendant transmutation of outside liquid and qi. The descendant transmutation of the outside liquid and qi originates favors. Because of the intercommunication of the two substances within and outside the body, the genuine body enjoys cosmic favors at that moment. 2. If one lives with the supernatural character and genuine virtues, his inner supernatural power is equal to the outside supernatural power. This law is applied in the transfusion of human electric to a patient. This human electric charge does not waste any inner energy of the charger, because in fact, the charging person uses his super idea to transfuse cosmic electric into the patient. 3. Genuine tau and cosmic energy of the supermind animate in the supernatural character. The cosmic energy surpasses the functions of the mind and the supermind. At that moment, the supermind sends the light to cure a patient over a long distance by equalizing the insufficient light of the patient. The patient restores his health immediately, and people call it miracle. Man can realize this performance through persistent training. This is in fact a supernatural physical phenomenon, a usual fact to equalize life's powers right in their source, i.e., to restore the lost life's powers of the light right in the brain of the patient by transfusing the cosmic energy outside into the patient through the supernatural idea without physically contacting the patient. In the second way, supernatural idea conducts the life of the supermind to the patient from a remote place. 4. The genuinely void state of the heart and the mind is related to the supernature, connecting to the super sense organs of the electric body. When a person, either in rest or staying awake, if the light of his mind directs completely inwards, his supermind then can create and invent unexpectedly and make instantly the scientific discoveries by capturing the supplies in the cosmos.